our mellow yoga this evening. Um, as always, listen, follow my cues. I won't always be doing all of the movements or poses, so just listen to my language, move and flow how it feels good, take breaks when you need it. If you have any questions, just comment and I'll get back to them for the next round. Put on some soothing music for yourself. Maybe you can end up listening to this in nature and enjoy what's around you. Find some space on your mat. Let's start standing. Coming up to the top of your mat. If you have yoga blocks, you can set them up in front of you. Stand tall in mountain pose as we settle in and warm up together. Start at the bottom. Your roots, your feet, your heels, your toes. Even out the weight. And don't rush anything for yourself. You just got here. You're going to dedicate the next hour to your practice, to yourself, physical body, your mind, and soothe your soul inside. Hold your quads strong so your kneecaps lift up a little bit. Squeeze your legs together, butt cheeks together, hips come underneath. Legs are strong. Your upper body gets a little lighter. Belly button in, lifting your heart. Let your shoulders relax down away from the ears. Let the arms be down by your side, fingers reaching down. Head lifting up. Big breath in and out as we start our practice together. Aligned, strong bodies. Take 2 more breaths, seeing if you can put together a couple breaths, being right here in the present, feeling the weight in your feet, a little lightness as you lift up, tall and strong. As you find your next inhale, we'll find some movement to warm up the body so we're able to stretch a little bit more later on in practice. Lifting your arms up, looking up high. Fold and hinge at the hips. Maybe hands on your blocks. Let your head hang. Bend your knees so your belly can rest on your thighs. Shake your head no. Take a couple breaths. Keep some weight in your toes. You can pedal out your feet a little bit if that feels good, bending one knee at a time. Forehead towards your shins, looking at your belly button, letting your head be heavy. Get some movement to your knees. Try and keep your feet on the ground as you wake everything up. Let's bring our hands to our hips, settle out your feet. Look at the horizon, lift your upper body to your flat back, squeeze your shoulders, long neck. Pause in your flat back. It can be flat like a table, parallel with the earth. Maybe you can maintain that long spine and hinge at the hips a little bit. Feel free to keep your knees bent. You want your back to be super straight with your neck. So if you end up rounding, you can just lift back up to maybe that neutral position. Feel that big stretch in the back of your legs and let your exhale take you back down. Root down your feet, come all the way up. Stand up tall. Lift up, reach up, breathe in. Maybe a little back bend to get started and hinge and fold back down. Flat back, breathe, fold. Maybe keep your hands on your blocks. Right foot back to runner's lunge. Both toes forward, that back heel's back. Squeeze your inner thighs. Breathing. Feel that nice stretch down the back of the right leg, especially. And let's drop the right knee down. Take your hands back to your left knee and push yourself back. Lift your arms up. Big breath in. And let your exhale take you down. Hands to your left knee, push yourself up. Already a little back bend. And lift your arms up. Complete that low crescent lunge. Exhale, let your hands go down, framing the left foot, maybe on blocks. Bring your hands back up to your left knee, press it back, breathe in, reach up, and let your exhale take you down. Lift up your right knee, step forward, forward fold. Step back your left foot. Runner stretch. If one hip's a little lower than the other, squeeze your inner thighs. See if you can keep them right next to each other and the hips are splitting. Right knee's on top of the ankle, maybe a little bit towards the toes. Left heel stretching back. Breathing. Take the left knee down. Take your hands to the right knee. Press back a little bit. Look up. Reach up. Little back bend. Big breath. Let your exhale take you down. Frame the right foot. Pause there. And then hands back to your right knee. Press yourself up. Lift yourself up. Low crescent lunge. Fold back over a little bit. Pause here. Left knee's down. One more time. Hands to the right knee. Find that low crescent lunge. And let your exhale bring you down. Lengthen out that left leg. Step forward. Forward fold. Find your flat back. Maybe you like your hands to your hips to really lengthen out and make sure you have good alignment. Fold. Forehead towards your shins. Root down your feet. Come all the way up. Stand up tall. Big back bend at the top. And fold all the way forward. Enjoying being upside down, moving the spine, stretching the big muscles. Moving the big muscles here at the beginning of practice so we can hold them a little bit longer later. Let's move the blocks, hands on the floor, feet back to plank. Get there how you can. Best plank you can. See if you can keep your knees up. 5 breaths. 4. Heart forward. 3. 2. Heart forward, heels back. And everybody can drop their knees down. Lower your chest down to the mat. Let your elbows graze your sides. Get the tops of the feet flat on the earth. Hands right underneath the shoulders. Get the heels close. Legs like one tail. Squeeze your legs together. And peel up. See how high up you can come. Maybe just an inch. Maybe a foot or two. If it feels okay, you can look over either shoulder. Lifting up to your cobra stretch. Shoulders out of the ears. Heart forward. Breathe in. Maybe look up. And then as you exhale, let your head come down, forehead towards the mat. And use your strength. Press yourself up back to that half plank where your knees are down. And then hips go back to the heels, child's pose. Stretch out, forehead towards the mat. Breathing 5, 4. If your head doesn't quite touch the mat, feel free to put something underneath like a block. 3. Find that rhythm in your breath. Slow it down when you have these little breaks. One more big inhale. And exhale. Weave up to a table shape. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Think about a wave as we go up and down the spine, starting straight, and let the waves start at the tailbones. Let the tailbone scoop up. Let the belly sink down. Let the heart sink down. The head comes up. Start at the tailbone again. Scoop the tailbone under, keeping the gaze up. Belly button in, rounding the spine. Getting into the shoulders, eventually tucking the chin all the way in. Pose, breathe. Start at your tailbone, cat pose. Tailbone goes up. Keep your chin tucked under till the very end. Lifting up the head lift. Start with the tailbone. And find your cat pose. And turn to neutral. Let's start with the head. Tuck the chin in. Let it weave down your spine until you're tucking your hips in, belly button in. Start at your head. Keep your tailbone tucked under, like your cat pose, as you find cow pose with the chin first. And then let it wave down your spine until your tailbone goes up all the way to cow pose together. Start with your head, chin in first. Let the wave ripple down your spine. Hold it, cat pose, breathe. Start with your head, move to cow. Find some organic movements. Look over your right and left shoulder. Shake your tail. Rinse it out a little bit here. Or shake it out, rather. Let's do our best coming back up to your forward fold. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, walk back up. Maybe return using those blocks if you like that. The floor is up a little higher. Root down your feet, come all the way up. Reach up high and return to your mountain pose. Standing tall, top of your mat, all lined up. Take your time to start at your feet. Go all the way up to your head. Let your ears lift up. Your heels root down. My teacher always would say butt cheeks, so I started saying butt cheeks too. Glutes sometimes doesn't really get the point across. Squeeze your inner legs together. Let your quads hold it up. Let your belly hold it up. Heart lifts up, feeling good. Big breath in and out. And take your arms up. We'll put all that together. Nice salutation. Fold, release. Flat back. Breathe in. Fold, exhale. Plant your hands. Get your feet back to plank. Pause, breathe. Drop your knees. Bend your elbows lower. Down to your chest. Forehead down. Take a moment. Find your inhale. Lock your legs together like a tail. And lift up to your cobra. And shift back to your child's pose. Breathing 5, 4, 3, 2 breaths. Enjoy these child's poses when you're there. If you ever want to stay a little longer, feel free to linger. And as you're ready to flow and move, come up to a table shape. Keep everything stacked. Keep your back straight and aligned. And we'll just find a twist, taking your right hand out to the horizon. Lift it up to the sky. And thread it under the left side. Cheek and shoulder come to the mat. Unwind, reach out to the horizon. See how high up you can reach, stacking the shoulders. And unwind, thread through. One more, take it up. And exhale, thread it through. Stay for 5. Shoulder and cheek down on the mat. If your left arm has some slack, you can reach it out straight. Maybe put it on your back, palm up. Just waking up that shoulder, get a nice stretch to get going. Breathe 2. As we unwind, the left hand will come back underneath. Press yourself up, reach out to the horizon and up as high as you can go. And then look down, bring the right hand down, tabletop. Try the left side, left arm out to the horizon. Lift it up to the sky or up as high as you can. Stack the shoulders. Thread it through the right hole there, the right side. Bring the shoulder and cheek down to the mat, getting a nice twist in the spine, but not compromising your alignment. Unwind, breathe, open it up. Exhale, thread it through. Come low, get a little stretch, use your breath. One more, open it up. And then bring it down, pause there. Shoulder and cheek settle down completely. You can stretch that right arm forward. Or maybe right hand to your lower back, palm up might feel nice. Get the shoulder out of the way. Get a little bit more into the left shoulder for the stretch. Breathe 4 more. Breathe 3. 2. As we unwind, right hand comes underneath the shoulder. Reach out, maybe up, stack as well as you can. Look down at the right thumb, bring the left hand down, tabletop. Shift and wiggle, wag and swirl. And then let's tuck the toes, lift the knees, walk up to the hands, forward fold. Let your head go close to your shins, maybe even touching, so you can bend your knees to make that happen. And root down your feet, come all the way up. Deep breath in, reach up high. Arms by your side, mountain pose. Practicing a little balance along the way. Hands can go to your hips. Shift your weight to your left leg so you can pick up the right knee. Try and get the knee as parallel with the hip, as high up as you can. Hold it up there as long as you can. If you have to tap down, that's okay. Try and get that left leg to be a sturdy trunk for you. Then we're going to put a little bend in the left knee and step the right foot way back. Warrior one feet, right toes angled towards the right corner of your mat. Your hands are on your hips. You can try and turn your hips a little bit more towards the front. Take care of that back knee and ankle. Shoulders squared up with the front. Lift your arms up when you're ready. Keep a nice bend in that right knee. Hips shining forward. Breathe. Belly button in. Breathe 3, 2, and 1. Hands can go back to your hips. Practice your balance whenever you can. We're going to shift our weight to the left leg. Slowly shift it so you can pick up the right. Maybe returning with that knee up in front of you where we started. And then that right foot can come down into place. Mountain pose to reset. Arms by your side. Breathe. Hands to your hips. Get your weight in your right foot. Pick up your left knee. See how parallel you can get that thigh to the floor. You can flex your ankle. Right leg's your sturdy trunk, getting a little practice with that bottom ankle to hold you up. And then find some movement in that right knee. See if you can hold up that left. Lots of balance as we step the left foot way back. Warrior one. Left toes pointed towards the left corner of your mat. Hands on your hips. Go ahead and turn your hips to the front. Keep a little micro bend in the back knee. Keep that pinky toe edge, that outer ankle of the left knee reaching for the mat. Nice bend in the right knee. Everything squared up. Arms up. Your choice how you'd like your arms always. Gaze as well as optional. Breathe 4. 3. 2. 'Don't rush it. Hands to your hips. Practice shifting weight to your right leg. And just kind of teeter and shift your heart forward as you pick your left leg up. And your left knee can come up in balance for a moment before stepping down, mountain pose. Bring our hands to our hips. Big step back with the right leg so your toes are pointed towards the long edge of the mat. Pigeon toe your toes if they're not already. Stack your head, heart, hips, arms out to T, 5-pointed star. Squeeze your fingers so your upper arms get a little bit more active. Relax your shoulders. Remember to squeeze your glutes and your legs. Let the pinky toe side of your feet reach for the mat. Keep your heels engaged, the big toes engaged. Breathe 3. Squeeze 2. And 1. We're going to pick up the right toes, turn them to the back of the mat. So warrior 2, bend into the right knee. You can look out past the right fingers. Breathe 5. Weight in the heels a little bit more. 3 more good breaths in and out. Open your hips, relax your shoulders. 2 and 1. Let's straighten the right knee. Pick up the toes, pivot on the hips. Keep your arms out if you can. Build a little endurance there for yourself. As we pick up the left toes, turn the toes towards the original front. As you bend the left knee, warrior 2, breathe. 5, squeeze your fingers. Bend a little bit more into the left knee as it opens towards the pinky toe side. Stack your head, heart, hips. Belly in, breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Do your best. Cartwheel your hands down. If you need to grab your blocks, adjust. We'll meet in that runner's lunge where we started. Left foot's forward. You're facing the original front again. Breathe. Maybe you're a little bit warmed up and your hands can go to the floor. Squeeze your inner thighs. 2 more breaths. And let's drop the right knee down. Bring your hands up to your left knee. Press yourself up. If you already get a little back bend, take care of those hips right next to each other. Lift your arms up. Low crescent lunge. Breathe. 5. Nice split with your hips. Take care of that lower back. Tuck your hips a little bit. You can relax the back toes if you haven't already. Looking up, heart up, breathe 2. Let the last breath be the biggest inhale. And let your exhale bring your hands down, framing the left foot. Tuck your right toes so you're back to your runner's lunge. We're going to step forward, forward fold. Enjoy a fold, shake it out a little bit. One leg might be a little bit more stretched than the other. Remember that walk out that we did at the beginning. And scissor your legs side to side. Pause. Shake your head no. And root down your feet. Come all the way up. Reach up high. Look at your thumbs. Hands down, arms by your side, mountain pose. Take a moment, let the blood recirculate. We'll take a big step open with the left leg, hands on your hips to start. Step it back so you're facing the other long edge of your mat. The left side, if you're flowing with me, toes in a little bit. Pigeon toe them, arms out to T, your 5-pointed star. Can always close your eyes and just meditate. Notice what body part might need a little bit more of alignment, tucking it in or squeezing it a little tighter. Maybe you're putting pressure on the wrong spot on your feet. Or if your shoulders are way up in your ears, you can relax them down. Let's pick up the left toes. Turn the left toes towards the back of the mat. Bend into the left knee, warrior 2. Get as parallel as you can with that front thigh and your arms. Open your hips. Let's flip the left palm. Reach up to the sky as you teeter and revolve back and reach back any extra slack you may have. Keep a nice bend in the left knee. Revolve your warrior, breathe. Now weight in that right hand. Maybe you just reach behind you. 3, 2, and 1. Unrevolve yourself, arms back out to T, straighten your left leg, pick up your left toes, pivot on your heel, back to that 5-pointed star, toes in, tuck your hips, stand tall, squeeze your fingers, pick up your right toes, turn your toes back to the original front, bend the right knee, get as low as you can go without compromising your alignment. Hold it, breathe, and flip your right palm, reach up to the sky, find some length. Then arc it back, any extra slack you may have. Keep a nice bend in the right knee. If you don't know what to do with the left hand, you can reach behind you. Just don't put any weight on that outer leg. Breathe 3, 2, and then 1. Should feel nice. Unwind back to T, warrior 2, and then straighten the right knee. Pick up the right toes, back to your 5-pointed star. We're going to bring the hands behind us, interlace the hands like you're holding your loved one's hands as tight as you can. Keep that grip. Roll your shoulders back. Lift your heart. Rinse out already up here. And any extra slack you have, go ahead and hinge at the hips. And you can let your fingers go up to the sky, pinkies to the front as much as you can. Keep weight in your toes so your hips stay over your heels. Squeeze your quads. And stay in that fold. Let your hands relax down. You'll be in a straddle fold. Maybe grab your outer ankles or heels if you can reach. Look at your belly. Get your hips up to the sky. And then look up at the horizon. You can walk your hands out. And we'll take a moment and rinse out here. If you'd like a block, go ahead and always grab it. You can always adjust. Get a block underneath of your left hand or right underneath your face on the floor. Right hand reaches out to the horizon. Go ahead and twist open. Be mindful the hips don't twist, just the upper body. Shoulders out of the ears, looking up at the right thumb. Take another breath. 2, hold the pose, look down at the left hand and unwind. Bring the right hand down. Adjust so your hand's underneath your face, maybe with a block. Left hand out to the horizon. If your hips start to open out that way, go ahead and keep them flat. You can always put your hand on your hips and just open your shoulders. Keep that left hip down and take the left arm up if you want. Breathe 3. Do your best to hold each muscle group on its own. So you can just inhale and open out the stretch. And exhale and relax the stretch. Hold it and look down at the right hand as you unwind. Do your best to get weight out of your hands. Bring your hands to your hips. Maybe you have to bend your knees a little bit and flat back. Bring yourself up. Let's turn our right toes back to the original front. We'll bring our arms out to T just to flow as we cartwheel down. Pivot on the toes so they go forward, runner style lunge. Let those blocks move around with you if you need them or want them. I love my blocks. Pause in your runner's lunge, right foot's forward. Maybe increase a little flexibility from your movement. Your hands can come to the floor or not. My cues are always just options. Enjoy the split stretch, and then we're going to drop the left knee down. Take your hands to your right knee as you press yourself up. Low crescent lunge, arms up, looking up, maintaining the best alignment you can. As your hips go towards that right heel, you can relax the left toes if they're still tucked under. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, maybe look up a little more and let your exhale bring you down. Take your time, tuck your left toes. We're gonna step our right foot back to plank. Maneuver yourself there. We'll take a flow, take your knees down, lower your chest down to the earth. Get yourself set up for your cobra, legs like a tail. Squeeze your belly in as you lift your heart up. If you're getting more flexibility, you can always do up dog. Child's pose as you're ready. Breathe. 5. Maybe make your knees a little wider here, big toes touching. 4. Take another solid breath. Lift yourself up. You can stay the way you are. I'm just gonna turn. As you come up from your child's pose, walk your hands back to your knees. Kneeling up, tops of the feet flat, heels in your sitting bones. If this isn't comfortable, you can sit however is comfortable. As we reach all the way up and twist to the right so your hands can come down. Left hand crosses over the body on the right knee. You can't reach the floor, which most people would not. Maybe put the block underneath your hand so you can get a little bit more twist. Or you can continue that right arm all the way around and reach for the top of that left thigh. Wherever you are, we're twisting, rinsing out before we lay down. Let your chin go a little bit more towards the right shoulder. Let your eyes continue to twist around. Heart shines forward and twisting. Keep your twist. Look back to the original front with your knees. And then unwind, arms reach up. And twist to the left. Same thing, opposite side. Your left hand can come behind you. Right hand can go on the left knee to assist a little bit more in the twist. Let your shoulders stay out of your ears. Chin goes towards the left shoulder a little bit more. Breathe. Let your eyes twist. Let your lungs help you expand. Enjoy rinsing out, challenging your body a little bit. Keep the twist. Just look forward. Then unwind. Arms reach up. And we'll go back to our child's pose. Exhale. If you want to take your knees wide again, that's cool. Breathe 5. And walk your hands back to your knees. You're back in a kneeling position again. This time you can let your seat fall over to one side so your heels come out and you can swing your legs around. Be lined up with your mat so you have enough room to roll back. You can keep the blocks handy in case you wanted to grab them there at the end. So see if you can touch your toes and then roll all the way back. Not a big stretch, just see if you can touch them. Find your full body stretch. Keep your heels locked to the earth. See if you can sit up, reach up, and touch your toes if you can't get them. You maybe bend your knees a little bit to touch them. Roll yourself all the way down. Keep your heels touching the earth. Reach up, sit up, back to that L. And fold and hinge a little bit. Touch your toes. Let yourself round, and your hands might touch your legs as you roll yourself down. You could touch your body as you lift and reach all the way up. Full body stretch. Continue that line of energy as you reach your fingers up to the sky. Sitting up, L pose one more time. Keep your heels connected. This time, hinge and fold. Best alignment you can. Reaching where you can. We'll pause 5. Breathe 4. Heart towards your toes. Forehead towards your toes. Hinging at the hips. Let your shoulders be out of your ears and your spine as straight as you can. Just hinging down, not rounding. Hinging. Take another breath in your fold, seated fold wherever you are. And then come up, flat back to come out. Go ahead and lay on down. Find that full body stretch again. A big sunshine raise as your arms touch the ground and then your arms go down by your side. Slide your heels up next to your body so your knees are bent, set up for bridge. Maybe you can even touch your heels. Let your shoulders relax. And let's just lift our right leg up in the sky, roll that ankle, let the blood flow down a little bit. Using your core to hold up your leg, belly in, breathe. Moving around the toes, rolling the ankle in all directions, pointing and flexing. And hug that right knee in. Maybe you straighten out the left leg if you can. Pulling that right knee up towards your shoulder. Breathe. 5. Chin in, relax your shoulders. 4. Squeeze. 2. One more breath. Last chance to hug it in. And keep it in. Right arm out to T. And twist that knee over to the left. To rinse out the lower half. We did a lot of upper spine twists. Now you get a lower spinal twist. Keep the shoulders down. Keep the twist, let the head go back to center first, and then unwind your body. Arms can make like the snow angel wings back up to your full body stretch. And then arms come back down by your side, heels come back up into your body, like a setup for bridge as we take our left leg up. Roll the ankle, let the blood flow down. Don't forget to breathe, relax the upper body. Move the toes, flex and point those joints. Roll both directions. Pulling the belly button in, you're still breathing. Everything else is still aligned. Blood's working a little harder to get up to your foot. Point and flex the ankle. And then we'll hug in that left knee. And if it feels okay, straighten out the right leg. Get a nice pull on that left knee. Keep the upper body aligned and parallel and neutral. Breathing. Pull 4. You did all that movement standing up for your practice. So your big rock muscles are warmed up so you can stretch and pull here. 2 more big breaths in. Fill up your rib cage. Take your time letting the air out, pulling a little tighter. 1 more breath. Keep the hold, left arm out to T. Let your gaze go that way as you twist your knee over to the right as far as you can, keeping the shoulders down. Find that spot. Inhale, exhale, breathe. 2 more breaths, make it count. Enjoy that lower spinal twist, laying down. Keep the twist. Let your head go back to neutral first, and then unwind the body. Stretch it out, full body stretch. And belly button in. See about hugging in both knees at the same time. Grab your wrist tightly, or your clasp your hands tightly rather, or grab your wrists, forearms, elbows, whatever you can get with your tailbone, heads down, spine straight, chin in. Breathe 3. Enjoy being in that little tight ball. One more breath. Keep your knees in with your own power. Arms out to T and see about letting both knees go side to side. Same spinal twist. A little bit more effort on your core. Find a twist side to side a couple times, making a big rainbow with your knees side to side. If you find a sweet spot and you want to linger there, feel free to hold shapes and breathe. And we'll meet laying down, feet up in the sky. You can grab the backs of your legs so your body makes a capital letter L, I guess. Pull those legs towards you as you hinge at the hips. You'll make that degree of your L get smaller and smaller. Hips and tailbone stay down. Chin in. Grab where you can, maybe the big toes. Everybody stretching their hamstrings, even if you're just grabbing the backs of your legs. Let's grab the inside of your knees as you bend your knees, bottoms of the feet still up to the sky. Happy baby pose. Hips open like a straddle, bent knees. Back to that L shape with your knee joint. Flex your ankles. Maybe you rock a little side to side if that feels nice. Open your legs, big straddle. You can switch your grip to whatever feels good. Point and flex your ankles, and then we'll squeeze our legs back together, back to that L shape, or maybe closing in as your forehead goes towards your shins. Keep your tailbone down though. Don't rush it. Enjoy your practice, the journey. Reach up for your toes, even if you can't touch them, just reach in that direction. And then lower down, arms over your head, legs go down, full body stretch. See if you can use your core to slowly lower, not always gravity. Keep your heels close if that feels nice, and let your feet flop open. Big sunshine rays as your arms come down by your side, finding a comfortable spot. Palms up. Let your shoulders and collarbones melt as we find our resting pose here at the end of our practice. If you'd like to adjust, have your feet a little wider or lay in a different shape. Be comfortable, be still. This is when all the medicine soaks in from your movement. So don't jip yourself of the most important pose, or rest. Let your body be long and still, supported by the ground. No weight on your joints, no work for your muscles, no movement for your mind. Natural breath, practicing being right here in the moment. Don't get sucked into the future or sucked back into the past. Enjoy just laying on the floor, being still, dedicating these couple minutes to yourself to connect your beautiful spirit with that aware mind that got you to your mat this evening, that got you to move and practice. Be proud. But for now, let that mind relax. Let your body relax. Let everything go. Let a big breath in, be your first big movement. Wiggle your feet, your fingers, move around your face, head and neck, elbows, shoulders, wrists, knees, ankles, hips, whatever you may need. Wake your body up, feeling good. Twist and stretch out as we roll over to one side. I like to practice same side as your bed so you can mimic your wake up, giving yourself a moment, taking a deep breath, and use that top arm to sit up tall. A little cat and cow with your spine. Anything you may need here, same as you would in the morning to get your body ready for the day. Let's bring our arms up, gently stretch a little side to side. Let's all roll our shoulders back a few times. Sitting up tall, hands to our hearts, feeling good mentally, physically, emotionally. Keep some of that goodness, let some ripple out. Remember to make time for your mats. See you here next time. Peace and love. Take care.